Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to stop by and record another video for you. I actually attended a leadership training yesterday, which I talked a little bit about last night in my video from yesterday. Yesterday's video was really short. It was just a journal entry that I had decided to film. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to say because it was just my thoughts on a question that I'd been asked. Which, if you want to see it, it's just the last video I recorded, so feel free to go watch that. I'll link it down below. But today I wanted to just start a discussion with you guys. Technically, this is supposed to be in a group setting where multiple people talk, but I'm actually going to do this with my full-time work group in regards to the group setting, but I also wanted to hold myself accountable and do an entry on the leadership training topics that we talk about on an everyday basis, and basically talk about my goals and what I did well and how I could improve on my values and life skills for successful living. So this training is it's called Transformational Leadership. It's a John C. Maxwell course, and I think it's going to be really good for me, especially in regards to learning more about the different skills that I need to better relationships with others in my life. And it's really going to help with my relationship with myself because I do, of course, need to include myself in these discussions when I am thinking about them. And so this will be a big step in my journey in unconditional love for me and for others out there. Let me get my notebook real quick. Okay, so as part of my daily transformational, sorry, my dogs are barking. They think they own the street, and anyone who walks by, they will bark at. So I apologize for that. But I am going to be, like I said in one of my first or second video, I wanted to take time to really study the Bible as a resource because Jesus Christ to me is an example of someone who loves themselves unconditionally, as well as portrays unconditional love for everyone that he comes across, and not only that, but everyone on earth, every being, everything that is on this earth. And so I have decided to read a little bit of the Bible every single morning when I first wake up, and I just wanted to share some notes on what I read. So the verse that really stood out to me today was Genesis 8:22, and it said, "As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." And I thought this was a really great verse because there's so much fear in this world today that the world is going to end. And I know it has maybe something to do with the last book in the Bible, Revelation. But just with that verse right there, it gave me so much comfort that, or I should say, it should be like a reminder to myself that living in the present moment is the most important. We were promised by God or our higher power or our higher self, your religious God, anyone who has a higher power, they have made a promise to us that everything is going to be okay in this present moment. And it's just a reminder to be in that present moment and not fear that the world is going to end. And so just keeping that in mind, that everything is going to be okay. We were made a promise, and as long as we love ourselves and love unconditionally love unconditionally everything around us and everyone around us, we will be okay. So this is the training. Sorry, I should probably go like this. Transformative leadership pamphlet. And so there are 15 different sections that we go through. So there's attitude, there's listening, priorities, responsibility, commitment, forgiveness, initiative, integrity, work ethic, competence, the lifestyle of successful people. You can make your life a great story, putting your purpose into action, everyday essentials for living a life of significance. Start sharing your story to encourage others. So this is supposed to be a 16-week course that you do with a group, which, like I said, I'm going to be doing with my work group once a week. But I wanted to take it a little step further and really hone in on these skills. And so I am going to be doing this once a day. I may share it every day, I may not. It really just depends on how I feel that day. I'm going to try to do one every day just so that I'm held accountable in what I do. But I definitely will be doing this, whether it's in the morning after I read or at night before bed. So today's roundtable, I chose attitude, so just number 1. And as you read through the explanation of attitude, the highlights of this were: your attitude is a choice you make. Your attitude affects your outlook. Your attitude precedes your actions, and your attitude enhances your relationship. So 2 sentences that really stood out to me when I was reading this paragraph was, or this section, I should say, is if you look at the lives of people in any profession who achieve lasting success, you will find that they almost always possess a positive outlook on life. And that was interesting to me because I thought about who in my life really has lasting success. And to be honest, I don't have that many people. I have maybe 3 people in my life that have had lasting success. And that just stood out to me that I need to surround myself with more people that have a positive outlook in life and have goals and just love everyone around them, because the more that I spend my time around those types of people, the easier it will be for me to have a positive outlook on life and not think negatively in the first part. The second sentence that really stood out to me was, when you choose your attitude, you are taking control of an important aspect of your life rather than letting life control you. So that was really interesting because all of these self-help books that I'm reading, all the YouTube videos I'm watching, everything that I'm listening to in hopes of finding unconditional love have all said to have a positive outlook. And if you focus on the positives, then you won't feel out of control. And that sentence just backed that up, that I need to work on my positivity in situations in everyday life, because if I focus on the positive, then I will see more positive and I will feel like my life is going in a direction that is positive and uplifting and overall better than having a negative outlook on my life. And the last one the last sentence, I'm only supposed to choose one, but I chose 3. because this is new to me. And as I go through this over and over again, I'm not just going to go through it 16 times and be done, because I've gone through all of the values and life skills. I'm going to continue to do this as a review for myself every single day. So the third one is actions are always an outward expression of your inner feelings. So I find this very true. People, I shouldn't say people, I need to take accountability for myself. So I find that, I'll just go over an example. So last night after the leadership training, I come home and my daughter and my husband are, just sitting down watching TV, and I had spent the whole day cleaning. And I come home, there's rubber bands all over my bed, all over my bedroom floor. Her makeup and her crayons and her papers are all over the living room, and her dinner is still on the table. And I was just very upset. Very upset. I should not have been upset like I was, but I pretty much just said, what are you doing? Why did you let her make this huge mess in the house? Were you not watching her? And my husband, of course, just went quiet and had her help clean up the mess. He helped clean, and then he just went to bed. So I go in there later and I said, okay, babe, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gotten angry. And I just get upset because I spend a lot of time cleaning, and then I come home to you guys to just sitting there watching TV, and I feel like I have to clean everything. And he just said, it sucks that you come home and the first thing that you say to me is that I'm not doing a good enough job with keeping the house clean, and I completely understood that. So that was me expecting the worst, just thinking negatively that, oh, he didn't even do anything. He doesn't care that I spend time cleaning the house. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. Instead, I could have thought about the positives. They were having fun, and they'll clean it up in a little bit after they're done watching TV. You don't have to worry about that. But instead, I let my feelings internally, that my fears that they weren't going to clean it, that I was going to have to clean it, override the positive outlook in life in this situation. And that is something that I need to work on. So that was the example that I put on my journal entry, that I need to balance the negativity and the positivity in my life. So I need to, if a negative thought comes up, I need to counter it with a positive thought. So another example was Kneaders. Last night I went to Kneaders also, and I ordered the veggie avocado sandwich with no cheese, and I added cucumber. And I ordered a tomato bisque soup. And when I drove up to the window, I noticed that the people that were working were high schoolers, and so immediately I just was like, well, they're probably gonna get my order wrong. They're taking a long time. What's taking them so long? Are they gonna forget my spoon? I'm really hungry. I need to eat. If they forget my spoon, how am I gonna eat my soup? And after reading through the attitude paragraphs, I just realized that I need to really focus on the positive. I can't enjoy the moment if I'm not focusing on the positive. And so my goal today was to, whenever, and I'm not going to be perfect at this because I realize that I do think negatively not I'm gonna justify myself for a second, but I don't feel like people are negative people. But I'm someone that really worries about a situation, and I think of every scenario and I try to be prepared for every scenario that could happen. And I want to hope for the best, but in my mind, I'm constantly thinking about all the scenarios that could go wrong with the situation. And so my goal was to, whenever a negative thought comes up, I'm going to counteract it. And so for this, until I revisit the attitude section, that is going to be my goal, and I'll check it back in with you guys. But yeah, my goal is going to be to record the negative thoughts that I catch myself doing and come up with a counter positive thought and state it to myself. And I might not write everything down. I might write like one or two that really stick out to me that day. But so I think that the next time that I'll visit the attitude one will be in 15 days. So I'll really try to work on that. But yeah, so that's going to be my goal. And I think that it's really going to help benefit me, because it's going to help me to just be content and positive in the moment. And it's going to help others in my life know that I'm content and I'm going to look for the positive in things. So it's going to require some retraining on my end, but it's definitely something that I want to do. I think that this is going to be a very good leadership training that I'm going to put myself through. And I'm really going to hold myself accountable. So yes, if you like this video, please thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, please do so. Like I said, I'm not going to promise when I'll do a video, but I will share as I feel I have something important to say. Feel free to comment. I do want this to be a community where people can discuss things that they relate to. Others can give feedback, stuff like that. So till next time, I love you guys, and you have a good day. Bye.